Okay, guys, next we talk about main three factors various diseases. Okay, for the first one, air pollution and climate change. Okay, air pollution and climate change. Okay, 9 out of 10 people breathe polluted air every day. In 2019, air pollution is considered as the greatest environmental risk to health. Microscopic pollutants in the air can penetrate respiratory and circulatory system. Respiratory this mean ระบบหายใจ circulatory system mean ระบบไหลเวียนเลือด damaging the lungs, heart, and brain, killing 7 million people prematurely every year from diseases such as cancer, stroke, heart, and lung disease. Around 90% of these deaths are in low and middle income countries with high volumes of emissions from industry, transport, and agriculture, as well as dirty cooks, stoves, and fuels in homes. The primary cause of air pollution, that means burning fossil fuels, is also a major contributor to climate change, which impacts people's health in different ways. Okay, guys, we are estimate it can more and more in each year. And we guess in the future, addition deaths per year from malnutrition, malaria, diarrhea, and heart stress. Next, we talk about non-communicable diseases. Non-communicable diseases mean โรคไม่ติดต่อ โอเค โรคไม่ติดต่อ Okay, guys. Okay. For example, nurse pollution โรคไม่ติดต่อนะคะ cardiovascular disease burden, hypertension, adverse effect, blood pressure around this. Mental diseases, this mean โรคไม่ติดต่อนะคะ Okay. Non-communicable diseases such as diabetes, cancer, heart disease are collectively responsible for over 70% of all deaths worldwide, or 40 million people. This includes 15 million people dying prematurely, aged between 30 and 69 years old. Over 85 of these premature deaths are in low and middle income countries. The risk of these diseases has been driven by 5 major risk factors. First, tobacco use. Okay, who use? Please avoid because it's very dangerous. Next, physical inactivity. The harmful use of alcohol, unhealthy diets, and air pollution. These risk factors also exacerbate mental health issues that may originate from an early age. Half of all mental illness begins by the age of 14. 14. But most cases go undetected and untreated. Suicide is the second leading cause of death among 15 to 19 years old. So, suicide is very dangerous. If you have the problems with your life, you learn, okay, you can talk with your friends. If you think your friend can not give the suggestion, and if you want to listen อาจารย์จุ๊บ opinion or want อาจารย์จุ๊บ consult, please feel free to ask me เนาะ okay, next, global influencer pandemic. Global influencer pandemic. uh, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, we have the influenza pandemic, but right now, Ajahn think hot issue is the COVID-19 pandemic. Okay, the world will face another influenza pandemic. The only thing we don't know is when it will hit and how. So it will be global defense and only as effective as the weakest link in any country's health emergency preparedness and response system. Health risks in the world. Health and well-being are affected by many factors, those linked to poor health, disability, disease, or death as known as risk factors. Risk factors are characteristic conditions on behavior that increase the likelihood of disease or injury. Risk factors are often presented individually. However, in practice, they do not occur alone. They live together and interact frequently. For example, not exercising will cause weight gain, high blood pressure, and high cholesterol levels. This help increase the chance of developing chronic heart disease and other health related problems, and aging population and a longer life expectancy lead to increased disease and long-term disability. Expensive treatments with increasing demand for healthcare, the sector is under increasing budgetary pressures that are not always met. It is important that we as a society and users of the healthcare system understand the causes and risk factors behind various diseases so that we can participate in cost-effective prevention and treatment program. In general, risk factors can be divided into the following groups: behavioral, physiological, demographic, environmental, genetic. Next, type of risk. The first one, behavioral risk. For example, smoking, tobacco, drinking too much alcohol, unprotected sex. Next, physiological risk. For example, being overweight or obesity, high blood pressure, high blood cholesterol. If you are overweight body or obesity body, high blood pressure is coming follow. High blood cholesterol also. Demographic risk, example, age, too old, gender, Some diseases depend on gender. Some diseases can meet in women or men. Next, environmental risks, for examples, access to clean water and sanitation, risks in the workplace, air pollution, soil pollution, water pollution. Next, genetic risks. Genetic risks are based on individual genes. Some diseases such as cystic fibrosis and muscular dystrophy, many other diseases such as asthma or diabetes reflects the interaction between the individual and environmental factors. Other diseases such as sickle cell anemia are more prevalent in certain population subgroups. Global risk from mortality and demographic factors. The number of total global deaths for any cause around 70 million people. Okay. And for the next clip, we will talk about fresh water scarcity in the world and the situation in Europe.